Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so you friends see it. Thank you.
Midwestern city's new mayor just said our national anthem is an ode to slavery. Hatred against the United States, our national anthem, our flag and our military appears to be contagious. It was stoked by Democrat Barack Obama while he was still president with his open support of the radical, racist Black Lives Matter movement. It then, of course, spread to extremist San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick, who convinced dozens of other multimillionaire NFL players to spurn the national anthem, too. Now it has spread to the new mayor of the city of St. Paul in Minnesota. Minnesota has a long and surprising history of voting quirky candidates into office. They, after all, selected professional wrestler and Predator actor Jesse "The Body" Ventura to be their governor, and later Saturday Night Live comedian Franken to be one of their senators. Having not learned from their mistakes, they just chose a young and deeply unqualified extremist to run one of the Twin Cities. Far-left progressive Melvin Carter III was just sworn in as mayor, and he decided to make a speech talking about how the Star-Spangled Banner and America's founding fathers are racist. Said Mayor Carter, "We cannot ignore the painful reminder, written into our anthem's third verse, of just how deeply injustice is rooted in the American tradition. Our national freedom song is an ode to slavery." He then stated about Washington, Jefferson and others, "This is the American paradox, passed from generation to generation, dating back to the noble group of rich, white, straight, male landowners who embedded into our founding principles a yearning for a set of God-given rights they sought to secure for only themselves. Do you think this America-hating radical needs to get booted from office?" Sarah Sanders just completely silenced a Libby reporter who asked if Trump is mentally unfit. With the unfortunate help of former White House chief strategist Steve Bannon, reporter Michael Wolff put out a book titled Fire and Fury, Inside the Trump White House, filled with gossip and slander about President Donald Trump, his family members and his associates. Wolff presented the many damning quotes and observations in the book as fact, although he has been having a difficult time backing up his libelous assertions about President Trump with evidence. Nonetheless, the liberal media have been promoting the book as though it is the gospel truth. In particular, they have been trying to disseminate the idea found in the book that the president is somehow too mentally unstable to perform the duties of the presidency. Instead of having the good sense to treat Fire and Fury as the tabloid rubbish that it is, one liberal reporter decided to waste time during a White House press briefing and ask Press Secretary Sarah Sanders about it. The journalist asked Sarah, "What is the president's reaction of the suggestions in this book that he is mentally unfit?" Sanders immediately laughed at the reporter and stated that this question was disgraceful and laughable. She slammed the reporter's argument further, saying, "If President Trump was unfit, he probably would not be sitting there and would not have defeated the most qualified group of candidates the Republican Party has ever seen. This is an incredibly strong and good leader. That is why we have had such a successful 2017 and why we are going to continue to do great things as we move forward in the administration." The reporter sat silently and did not follow up with any other questions. How much do you love strong Sarah Sanders? CNN has Livesey fed Trump is dysfunctional and dishonest and disloyal and dirty and dumb. CNN, who often accuses Trump of resorting to immature name-calling, did it themselves. While commenting on the new book Fire and Fury, Inside the Trump White House, CNN commentator Paul Begala repeatedly called Trump dysfunctional and dishonest and disloyal and dirty and dumb like a little kid. Foreign leaders are watching this. Our adversaries around the world are looking at, "I want my president to succeed. The North Koreans are evil, the Iranians are evil, we do have enemies in this world. and this will embolden our adversaries, and it will frighten our allies, started Begala. This has a huge effect on our lives, and it's not really about this person or that or this feud or that, it's about the president, he said. The reason the Trump White House looks dysfunctional and dishonest and disloyal and dirty and dumb is because the President of the United States is dysfunctional and dishonest and disloyal and dirty and dumb, and that's the conclusion that adversaries are going to take, and allies, and I think it does tremendous damage to the United States, he said. Are you sick of the mainstream media doing nothing but bash our president? Trump has done so much for our economy and they ignore it all. Melania makes epic response to book claiming she cried tears of sadness when Trump won election. The book Fire and Fury, Inside the Trump White House, written by Michael Wolff, comes out on January 9. We've only seen a few excerpts, but we can already see that the book is filled with lies and slander. The book claims that Trump never actually wanted to win. Which makes you wonder why he would have ran in the first place. Shortly after 8 p.m. on election night, when the unexpected trend, Trump might actually win, seemed confirmed, Don Jr. told a friend that his father, or DJT, as he calls him, looked as if he had seen a ghost. Melania was in tears, and not of joy, states the book. Melania's communication director Stephanie Grisham wrote back against this claim. This book is clearly going to be sold in the bargain fiction section. Mrs. Trump supported her husband's decision to run for president and in fact, encouraged him to do so. She was confident he would win and was very happy when he did, she wrote. Sarah Sanders also attacked the book. This book is filled with false and misleading accounts from individuals who have no access or influence with the White House. Participating in a book that can only be described as trashy tabloid fiction exposes their sad desperate attempts at relevancy, she said. Trump made a tweet about the claim as well. Melania, our great and very hard-working First Lady, who truly loves what she is doing, always thought that if you run, you will win. She would tell everyone that, no doubt, he will win. I also felt I would win, or I would not have run, and country is doing great. He tweeted. Stephen Colbert publicly admits he desperately wants to be the most dishonest media. Obnoxious late-night talk show host Stephen Colbert admitted that he wanted to win an award for being dishonest. This is in response to a tweet made by President Trump. I will be announcing the most dishonest and corrupt media awards of the year on Monday at 5 o'clock. Subjects will cover dishonesty and bad reporting in various categories from the fake news media. Stay tuned, tweeted Trump. Stephen Colbert would actually love the award, because trashing Trump has kept his show alive. He would be nothing without Trump and he knows it. So even being insulted by Trump would be a dream come true for him. Colbert purchased a For Your Consideration in Times Square. Nothing gives you more credibility than Donald Trump calling you a liar, and I of course don't want to get snubbed. I have placed a billboard in Times Square, and purchased a full-page ad on my Twitter feed with a For Your Consideration ad, said Colbert. At least he is admitting that he is a fake news station instead of pretending to be a comedian. He made jokes about the fake categories for the awards. Least Barty, an Eric Trump Memorial Award for Disappointment, an outstanding achievement in parroting George Soros' talking points. So excited for Monday's most dishonest and corrupt media awards of the year. See you on the red carpet, at Anderson Cooper. #TheFakies, tweeted Colbert. He also tweeted tonight. My desperate bid to get Trump's disapproval. #TheFakies. Robert Mueller gets hit with a huge lawsuit that could be the end of him. We have heard a lot about FBI bias in the Robert Mueller case. Now Mueller is being sued by Paul Manafort for exceeding his authority. Mr. Mueller's investigation of Mr. Manafort has extended far beyond links and/or coordination between the Russian government and individuals associated with the campaign of President Donald Trump. The investigation has focused on Mr. Manafort's offshore business dealings that date back to as early as 2005, about a decade before the Trump presidential campaign launched, and have been known to the United States government for many years, says the lawsuit. The Justice Department called the lawsuit frivolous. But the defendant is entitled to file whatever he wants, they said. I can assure you that the special counsel is conducting himself consistently with our understanding of the scope of the investigation, claimed Rosenstein. Nobody has communicated to me the desire to remove Robert Mueller. I think it would be very difficult to find anybody better qualified for this job. I believe that, based upon his reputation, his service, his patriotism, his experience with the department and the FBI, he was an ideal choice for this task, said Rosenstein. Do you think that the lawsuit will go through? Do you think that Mueller should be fired?